Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today for navigating the new normal in selling conventions. We are so excited to have you joining us today. The format today will be a presentation mixed with some panel discussion and presentation from our panelists, as well as a Q&A at the end. If you do have questions, we ask that you send them using the chat tool and send them to Cindy Bohada, one of our co-hosts today. Questions will be answered towards the end of the session. This session is also being recorded and will be shared at the end of the session completion at the end of the week, along with some surveys that we'll be asking you to complete. If you'd like to go ahead and rename yourself to include the name of your company that you're with, that would be helpful for us to see who's on the call. And now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our presentation, which of course would not be possible with amazing support of our partners and sponsors. And today we're so excited to have Scott Bacon from our close partners at Miles Partnership as our official session sponsor today. Scott, thank you again for being here and for your support. Take it away.
Well, first of all, thank you. It's a pleasure to be able to join today. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the presentations from your team as well as the speakers. So with that on the next slide, just very quickly, wanted to give you a little bit about what we do. Miles is a full service marketing and advertising agency. And here's just some of the core service that we offer, in addition to pretty much spanning all marketing and advertising across digital, traditional, social, websites, video, and content production. On the next slide, a few of the folks that we work with. Of course, nobody is more valuable and delightful as a client truly than the GMCVB, of course. And we're really, truly very proud to be their digital and strategic partners. But also we have a nice portfolio of 100 and so companies that we work with, from hospitality, destination marketing, and travel businesses. And even with the travel businesses like Macy's, for example, not necessarily a travel company, but we work with them in bringing international visitors to the United States and encouraging them to shop in Macy's stores. So on the next slide, with that, a couple fun facts to know and tell, a little bit about the latest. And we know it's still really grim out there. We know that, but even with July's resurgence of the pandemic, there's still a great deal of activity and interest in meeting and conventions in the greater Miami area. A few of the sources that we work with, ePro, iMeet, had some interesting stats that are real recent. Travel planners are still largely at their jobs. Email opens through their programs and clicks are stronger than ever. So we're seeing that engagement, which is of course always very encouraging. From the folks over at iMeet, some of the other folks that we look at their trends and what's going on, a couple little proportions here. 73% of the planners currently have events booked in 20 and or 2021. And of those, about 63% of the respondents anticipate they will resume face-to-face meetings and events sometime in 2021, with currently 28% in Q1 and 30% in Q2. And then finally, on the next slide, we also check in with the folks over at North Star. One of the things that they've noted is on a pulse survey that they do each week, 80% of the respondents cited a growing need for digital event platforms. But what we're also seeing is that those are pretty tricky. And truly, everybody's still very much committed to face-to-face because that's the way that really you have effective engagement. In addition, more than anything else, they've noted that having relaxed penalties from a cancellation and refund standpoint is your best approach to making sure that you can close business. But with that, I know you're here to see the folks at GMCVB and the presenters. They're a valuable partner to us, and I know that you're going to be really excited about their approaches, what they've got going for the coming year. And so I'll turn it back to you folks. Thank you.
Thanks again, Scott, and you and your team are invaluable throughout the year. You've taught us so much about digital marketing, and we appreciate the partnership and again the support for today. Any of you that are interested in learning more will be sending their information out following the event. So without further ado, we've got two members of our amazing convention sales dream team leading today's session. So excited to introduce Ileana Castillo, Associate Vice President, Convention Sales, and Joe McCrae, Convention Sales Manager. It's awesome to be here with you both today. Ileana and Joe, take it away.
Thank you, Allie, and thanks again, Scott, for a great presentation. We are joined by everybody else this afternoon, and I want to go ahead and say welcome to everyone, and thanks again for joining us today. I also want to take this opportunity to introduce and thank our guest speakers, Michael Hurt, Assistant General Manager at the Miami Beach Convention Center, Micah Allen, Director of Sales at the Miami Beach Convention Center, Robert Hernandez, Director of Trade Shows at the DoubleTree by Hilton Miami Airport Convention Center, and Bob Murray, General Manager at the James L. Knight Center. Our convention sales team is led by Ida Moriarty, who's also on this call. She is our Senior Vice President of Convention Sales, and Barry Moskowitz, Vice President of Convention Sales and Industry Relations. Also listed here is the entire sales staff and markets we handle. We sell the entire area of Greater Miami and Beaches, which includes 34 municipalities, convention centers, and other venues and hotels, of course. We work with group leads of 10 peak hotel rooms and higher. I also want to recognize our support staff, our administrative assistants, Maria Diaz, Beverly White-Simos, Elsa Gonzalez, Ella Pedre, and Natasha Brave. Without them, we couldn't do what we do. Our convention center services team, led by Patricia Bayona, supports our sales efforts as well. They service our customers, and they will also be conducting a session of their own tomorrow, Wednesday at 9 a.m. So if you haven't signed up for that, you're welcome to sign up for it tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay, we're going to break for a moment. I know we just got started, but I just want to pick your brain a little bit and see if you were paying attention. I did give you a hint at the beginning of the presentation. We wanted to ask our first poll question, one of three. How many municipalities in Greater Miami and the Beaches? Just tell us what you think if you were paying attention. If maybe you know off the bat, what do you think? 24, 27, 12, 34? Take a guess. Are we ready for the answer? We ready?
Well, I don't see anyone voting.
Ah, I think I see.
Okay,
I do see 47% answered 34, and that's the highest answer. So congratulations. It is 34. Okay. All right. Moving right along. Next slide, please. Now, our clients and what we do in convention sales, we are knowledgeable in all things Miami. We will do everything to meet our customers' needs for selecting the right hotels and venues based on their criteria. Today's customers know most of the major hotel brands. However, we often review those options and offer independent properties, unique venues, and activities to do in the destination. Our types of clients are association management companies, which usually source further out, and there are exceptions. AMCs are accustomed to working with CVBs for their larger programs. Association, incentive, and corporate. These are planners that may source directly or through a third party. It can be a travel company specializing in meetings, events, or a group like Helms Briscoe, Conference Direct, and or through Cvent, which we all know is a large vehicle for leads. In terms of availability, we can quickly let clients know about our citywide, large events taking place in the destination during dates they are requesting, offer alternatives, and our destination is home to a wide variety of hotels and neighborhoods, major hotel chains, independent hotels, and unique Art Deco boutique hotels. And which leads us into our second poll question. How many hotel rooms in Greater Miami and the Beaches? I didn't give you a hint this time, so take a guess on this one. It's a good number. So we have either 61,720, 46,028, 59,628, or 55,249. Oh, we have a tie. The answer is 59,628. And we have a tie with that, but so many of you answered the right one. So thank you so much for that. All right. Now I'm going to hand it off to my colleague, Joe McCrae, who is going to cover our recovery plan. Joe, take it away.
Thank you, Leanna. I hope everyone can hear me. I had to log back in via my phone because of bad lighting here, so I can't see the presentation. So we'll do as best we can. But I believe the next slide is the recovery recovery plan framework for
Yes.
our convention sales team. And as a team, we have been in constant contact with our customers, letting them know what's going on. And monthly, we send them a themed feel-good email, if you will, so that we can kind of stay in touch with those customers. And where would we be without the Zoom format? Thankfully for Zoom, for us sales professionals, Zoom has allowed us still the ability to have face-to-face interaction with our customers, happy hours, sales calls, even virtual site visits as well, too. We're talking to our customers, addressing concerns with them for those meetings that were able to still take place, and for those that are coming up, saying if we need to reduce room blocks when necessary, or assisting them with additional marketing ideas and anything to mitigate the losses while keeping the meetings in the destination. As a convention sales team, we're working to quantify destination-wide impact of cancellations and postponements due to COVID-19. We're working with the Hotel Association and our stakeholders on ideas for precautionary measures that will be in place for business as it returns to our destination. And led by our colleague, Jeannie Giacalone, we're strategizing for the Florida group market. We know that drive market is going to be most important for us. So Jeannie's working and spearheading this endeavor to work with some of our hotel partners for special group offers for short-term business and incentives, etc. This is all, of course, timing related as it relates to the hotel reopenings, and of course, making sure that our staffing levels are back up to par as well. And of course, our CMCBV sales team has to repurpose ourselves as well. We're working with our other divisions as well as some of the marketing efforts that are bureau-wide to make sure we can help move forward those marketing programs. Next slide should be our outreach slide. These are some of the soft emails that I mentioned to you guys earlier that have touched base, that will reach out to about 27,000 of our customers who live in our database. The first outreach was in the month of March, where we expressed appreciation with our customers for their partnership, and where we told them that the Miami sun would keep shining until we can literally meet again. The next one was our April message, where we touched base on the world of uncertainty and how we hope to have our clients stay positive. We invited our customers to vibe to the sights and sound of our destination. We invited them to listen to a curated Miami playlist and to catch a live view of our sensational beaches via a live webcam. May 21 is World Meditation Day. Our May message features our very own Cindy Bojada, who is a certified yoga instructor. A yogini, I believe you call yourself, Cindy. Cindy did a brief yoga pose and exercise on Miami Beach at Loomis Park. And again, that was done through the month of May. Everyone, please join me now. We're going to inhale, hold it, exhale. Okay. Should any of you guys want to get details on those marketing messages that we sent out, those also live on our website as well. So I invite you to visit those there. If we go to the next slide. The next slide focuses on our hotel reopenings, which occurred in the month of June, the 1st of June. And We also put together a GMCV Welcome Back Caravan. This caravan literally was born on May 29 on a Friday late evening by our tourism colleague, Deborah Lee. By Monday, June 1st, we were organized and led by the real Mr. 305, Bill Talbert, as we started out in the Coral Gables area with our caravan from Coral Gables to downtown, to South Beach, to Miami Beach, and to Sunny Isles. We wore masks, we clanged pots and pans, we honked horns, we showed appreciation for our colleagues who are back on the front lines to welcome our visitors. We were so excited to see them, and they were excited to see us as well, too. And again, that happened on June 1st, starting out in Coral Gables, again, led by our very own Mr. Sell, Bill Talbot. As you see on the slide is where we are still conducting in-person site visits. You should see Sonia Fong at Lowe's Miami Beach with Felix Libre. You can see yours truly at the Provident Doral at the Blue with a couple of customers, and Rosa Albert, Director of Sales, is not featured on that picture, but Rosa was there with me as well, too. A site visit with our customers, where the customers appreciated the overt display of cleaning precautions and safety precautions as well, too. We social distance, we wore masks because, of course, safety is paramount. The next slide should lead into our zero attrition, zero cancellation promotion, which we launched in June. That also touched those 27,000 customers that live in our database. This program is formatted to drive new business for 25 rooms on peak or more through the end of 2020. This program is also attached to incentives, which include cashback, round-trip air tour transfers, complimentary destination tours for the attendees who are at the meetings, and Miami Spice vouchers for the on-site meeting planner. Is there anyone on our Zoom today who has benefited and contracted a customer from this promotion? If so, we'd love to hear from you in the chat box. Let us know. And then moving on to slide 19, the next slide. Next, we'll show you a brief video, which is a result of a recommendation of our colleague, Marti Tejada. We felt that we should have in our toolbox a video for our customers to show exactly what our hotel partners are doing to prepare for their upcoming meetings. Roll video, please.
Are you guys seeing it? No. Okay, hold
No,
on.
Allie, I don't have it on my screen.
Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna get there. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can.
You don't give up
The
here.
sun is shining, the sky is blue, the water's sparkling, and we can't wait to welcome you.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Ali. I'm sure everyone recognized our in-house movie star, Barry Moskowitz, who led off that video. And the next slide, if we can roll to the next slide, will be our final poll. If everyone is ready, how many Super Bowls have been hosted in Greater Miami and the beaches? Please indicate by the upcoming poll. Jeopardy music. Aha. Number 11. 11 is correct. 34% of you answered correctly. 11 Super Bowls have been hosted in Greater Miami Beaches. And now I'll turn over back to Ileana Castillo, who will continue with our presentation.
Thank you, Joe. I want to go ahead and get started with Robert Hernandez. He is the Director of Trade Shows at the DoubleTree by Hilton Miami Airport Convention Center. Robert,
well, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for letting us participate here from the MAC. We are definitely open for business and continue to solicit and try to book anything and everything for the fall of this year and for next year. We've accomplished a great feat with a promo that we have put into effect called Our Space Works for You, which I'll show you shortly. We have also implemented the zero attrition and zero cancellation policy ongoing for the next year. And thankfully enough, we've been able to accomplish at least 80% of all our business coming back. So again, we're glad that we are open for business and look forward to any other events or businesses that we can help any and everyone with in the community. And I will gladly now show you the promo that has been very effective that we have implemented called Our Space Works for You. This is social distancing at its best. We have generated different floor plans and showcasing our new ballroom and all our different meeting setups. As you can see, we're trying to minimize any form of linens on the tables or of anything that can be considered unsanitary. We've also implemented the Hilton Clean Stay with Lysol protection plan. So after each event, we go into the meetings, break it completely down, and do a whole disinfectation. As you can see, we are maximizing our exhibit hall as well as our large ballroom with the social distancing patterns, including 6 feet around all perimeters. We're also implementing sanitation stations at entrance, temperature checks, and we have red coats which monitor the show floor and the meeting floor to make sure that your masks are on at all times.
Robert,
And pretty much that's it on our end. And we're here for you, and we look forward to having a wonderful next year and a wonderful fall. Thank you again.
Thank you, Robert. I want to go ahead and hand it over now to the James L. Knight Center, Bob Murray, General Manager. Go ahead, Bob.
Thanks, Ileana. Welcome and greetings to all. It's another beautiful day in South Florida. Shortly after we shut down on March 13th, ASM Global, the parent company of now merged SMG and AEG facilities, realized that we needed to establish protocols for all our 325 stadiums, arenas, convention centers worldwide to ensure the safety and protection of our staff, our tenants, and our guests. As a result of that, a work group was put together comprised of 40 individuals from all 5 continents, and the result is a program we call Venue Shield. What Venue Shield basically does and how we ended up putting it together, we worked in partnership with AECOM, who is the world's premier infrastructure firm, Drexel University College of Medicine, and ServPro, the world's leading industrial disinfection and safety initiatives provider. And what we've done is come up with protocols that will cover all of these different types of facilities, yet each individual venue establishes a custom set of guidelines pulling from these various protocols and information gleaned from these firms. And basically working for the working safety, sanitization, event operations, food and beverage service, and public awareness. One of our most important components is our partnership with Clorox. We realized that it was critical that the customers have trust and a sense of safe environment when they came into the facility. So as one of the most recognized and trusted brands worldwide, we've engaged Clorox and their products and are currently using their Total 360 system to electrostatically disinfect and sanitize the entire facility. It really is a remarkable product whereby, for instance, we can go in a room after a meeting, and we were even on a lunch break, and literally in 5 minutes turn around that room and have 99% of all viruses destroyed and killed. It's really quite a remarkable product, and we're very confident that it's going to enable us to earn the trust of our patrons. On the event side, I'll talk about our non-ticketed events and meetings, and then I'll just go into the ticketed events a little bit. On the non-ticketed side, with our partners at Hyatt, we're beginning with some small groups. We're doing some testing for the county employees, and we're just going to try to work our way through establishing our protocols and limitations moving forward. Obviously, this new norm is going to evolve, and we're just hopeful that we can start bringing in some smaller groups and start growing it. On the ticketed side, I personally don't see any ticket activity, any ticketed events or concerts until the third quarter of 2021. Live Nation and AEG have taken all their shows through February of next year down and off the road. Unfortunately, the concert business model does not work with the current social distance protocols and guidelines. We're working with some promoters for closed door virtual events, much like we did up in Jacksonville with the, excuse me, the UCF event. Unfortunately, the problem is a lot of the A artists, they can survive because they have the financial resources. The B artists are those artists that perform the majority of the events that are struggling because they don't have the revenue, so they have to work. Many promoters have tried the drive-in concept, but no one has really found a model yet that works, or that's even remotely possible or is going to generate any kind of revenue. Our goal is to reopen the facility by September 1. The hotel, our partners at Hyatt, have remained open throughout, but we saw this as an opportunity to really shut down and accelerate and fast track a lot of our CIP projects that have long been neglected and put off. The city of Miami is a great partner, and we were able to get significant CIP dollars where we have recarpeted and renovated all the meeting spaces in both the conference center and the convention center. We just recently completed a full renovation of our freight elevator, which is our Achilles head and the Achilles heel of the facility. And then we have also renovated the third floor outdoor terrace whereby we can host outdoor receptions for up to 60 people. So we expect that on or about September 1, we will have all our protocols in place. And we'd certainly invite you to stop by, and it's a very different facility than you'd seen in the past year or so. Thanks, Ileana.
Thanks, Bob. Great insight. And now we're going to go ahead and leave the downtown area and head over to the Miami Beach area and hear from our partners at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Michael Hurt, Assistant General Manager at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Give me 1 second, I'll share my screen. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Good afternoon, and thank you for allowing me to present our recovery plan. Early in the process of this pandemic, senior leadership, we all decided that a recovery plan was necessary. And before we created the recovery plan, we created our overall task force. Our task force included members of the Spectra team. We are the venue managers of the venue. Centerplate, which provides our food and beverage. Smart City Networks, which provides our AV. First Class Valet. Everlast Productions, which provides our AV, Smart City provides our IT. We looked at our federal, state, county, and city guidelines when creating our recovery task force, also industry associations, spoke with a lot of destination partners. We have a few of our general service contractors as a part of our task force, as well as a few of our clients, such as Reed, Informa, and Art Basel. Before we move forward with the creation of the recovery plan, the task force got together and just tried to map it out. What are we trying to accomplish here? And we quickly realized that no matter if we like it or not, or want to be or not, we are risk managers. And the definition of risk management is the formal process of assessing the exposure to risk and doing whatever necessary to minimize the impact. And so that's what our recovery plan is about, trying to minimize the impact or of all viruses for that matter. And so how do we do that? So we're all in this together. So from our clients or stakeholders or customers or guests, everyone has to play a role. We are willing and ready, and actually we've already started working with our clients in regards to customizable safety and health plans for our future events, so that everybody is safe and following CDC guidelines, the WHO guidelines, and our local guidelines as well. One of the big pieces of our recovery plan is the GBAC STAR facility accreditation. GBAC stands for the Global Biorisk Advisory Council, and they look at your cleaning, disinfecting, and sanitizing efforts, your processes and procedures and your protocols. In fact, I just completed our GBAC handbook that was submitted on July 24th to the GBAC board. And hopefully we will receive our certification in the next few months, which we're really, really excited about. We also adopted the Miami Beach Standard, and the Miami Beach Standard allows us to test on a monthly basis all of our staff members for COVID-19. We put in a contact tracing protocol, and we're also doing daily health and temperature screening each and every day. We also designated 2 of our existing staff members, Will Green from Spectra and Andrew Brailsford from Centerplate, as our health ambassadors. So everything in our recovery plan, they will be tasked with implementing or help implementing and making sure that the implementation is smooth. For example, we have 2 critical entry points in the venue right now for our staff. And so we implemented our temperature and health screening, and they both were critical on the front lines, ensuring that our public safety department was prepared and had all of the tools and equipment necessary for us to be successful. Some of the fundamentals that we are putting in place in the venue is everyone will be required to wear some sort of face covering prior to entering the venue. And even right now, prior to our staff members being their temperature and health screening process, they will have to have a face covering on before that takes place. We're also minimizing touch points. So instead of hundreds of individuals or thousands of individuals pressing buttons in an elevator, we're looking at staffing those elevators similar to what you see in arenas and stadiums, so that only one person per shift is pressing those buttons instead of hundreds of individuals. I mentioned the GBAC program and our cleaning and disinfecting protocol. So we're going through that process. We've added a lot of signage inside of the building in regards to our staff. And now phase 2 will look at signage in regards to our guests coming back to the building. And we have approximately 75 hand sanitizer stations throughout the building. We're looking at purchasing another 50 to get us to the point where we are able to cover both front of house and back of house. Here's some examples of our signage that we've added throughout the venue. Some of the other measures that we're taking is managing restroom occupancy, staffing those restrooms to ensure that we don't have, that we maintain a 6-foot distance. Also putting floor signage on the floor outside of those restrooms and using stanchions to create lines. Also using our communication, our radio communication, to ensure that we don't have 40 individuals in one line and only 2 people in another line, creating that communication to provide that guest services that we always do here at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Staggered meeting and ballroom egress. Instead of everyone getting up at one time, having a process and procedure in place so that row by row individuals exit the rooms. Pre-function space circulation, creating that circulation by separating individuals who are in line for food and beverage or to purchase something at a booth, as opposed to individuals just circulating the concourse. So we'll use stanchions and signage as well as people to do that. And mentioning people, having guest services throughout the building for greeters, and also watching for social distancing and ensuring that everyone's wearing their face covering. Getting the message out in our load-in process. We have hundreds of individuals and a lot of trucks and vehicles coming through the loading docks. So we will depend on our general service contractors, our contract partners, exhibitors, vendors, and other drivers, as well as ESCA and our clients to get the word out, get our communication out, our fundamentals, so that it will trickle down to the truck drivers and POVs, ensuring that they understand the process for health screening and what we will require when they get to the loading dock. With all of the changes, we will ensure that we are also ADA compliant. For example, we're looking at limiting the amount of doors so that we can limit touch points, but we will ensure that we will have the proper amount of ADA doors within our allotment of doors that we will open and close. Center Plate, our food and beverage, has also added a number of different initiatives, such as new modified menu packages. They've created different layouts for their food and beverage areas to create that social distancing, upscale box lunches that they are offering, as well as modified buffet services. They also have included a presentation that shows a lot of their cleaning and disinfectant procedures in the kitchens, which is very useful, and we can share that with you as well. In addition, they started even before COVID-19 pandemic became about. Back in the Super Bowl, when we hosted it, they created and implemented the contact and cashless payment options just to continue to limit those touch points. And again, we're all in this together. We're willing to work with our clients to ensure that their safety and health plans meet and mesh with ours, so that we can ensure that everyone's meeting the CDC guidelines and the WHO guidelines and our local guidelines as well. And last but not least, we're ready to serve. Not only do we have 1.4 million square feet of flexible space where we can definitely social distance, but just to wrap it up, again, we are pursuing the GBAC Star Facility Accreditation, which we should be certified in the next few weeks. We're committed to the MV standard, and we've increased our sanitizing efforts and will continue to do so. Our staff have been trained on the Florida Health Department PPE training, and we are willing and ready to work with our clients in regards to creating those customizable and scalable event plans. And with that, I will send it over to Micah Allen, our Director of Sales. Thank you.
I'm here. You got to unshare, Mike.
Right.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited about being here. Do I get to have a full screen? No? Okay, I get to look at you, Michael?
We see you now, Micah.
Okay, perfect. Yay. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much to the Grady Miami CVB for putting this all together, this opportunity to meet and greet with each other, talk about what's going on and how we're preparing ourselves for moving forward. I don't know about you guys, but I am like really excited about moving forward, making some things happen. To that end, the team at the MBCC, the Miami Beach Convention Center, has put together a meetings package. We work in conjunction with our hotels, the hotels that are close by, the ones that are farther away, anybody that would require some additional space for the programs that they may be housing, and they don't have the space to accommodate the new spacing realities that exist. We have a meetings package, all day meetings package. I'm going to share that information as I talk about this package and what it offers and how it can be of assistance to our, okay, I'm hitting share, it won't share. Here it is. Now, there it is. This is an example, and I'll be happy I'm going to add it to the chat line, the link, so you guys can look at it at your leisure. But it gives the details of what our package includes. It's all day, per person price. That includes the meeting room, the setup, AV, continental breakfast, 2 breaks, an event coordinator, registration tables, and complimentary Wi-Fi. The package was designed to help our partners, hotel partners close by that may have the opportunity to have, you know, a group of people in their hotel, but may need more space. We're walking distance to a lot of the facilities that are close by, and the package that we offer offers everything that might be needed for the client's needs. We are also in a position to arrange complimentary, not complimentary, to arrange transportation from those hotels to our facility should it be needed. Of course, for the hotels that are 2 blocks away, maybe their folks will want to walk. But then again, it's 99 degrees, maybe we want to arrange for transportation. In any case, we can make all of that happen for our clients, and is just an example of our commitment to moving forward as we navigate this pandemic. One thing to note that although the MBCC is a full, is a ACF, alternative care facility, we have not had 1 patient in our facility. So our building is clean, it's ready, and so is the staff. This package is just a small part of the big picture and how Miami Beach will recover and move forward. That's all I have on the sales side for the MBCC. Michael got to speak a lot longer because the recovery is first and foremost. I ended because we're just ready, and that's all I have to say. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Micah and Michael. That was great information. Thanks again for sharing, for being part of our program today.
Absolutely.
And we want to go ahead and, in closing, share our destination pledge. And this is our next slide, Allie. If you can go to the next slide.
It's a little slow. Bear with me. It's coming.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, our destination pledge is based on CDC guidelines, and it is updated accordingly. And it also lives on the Miami Beach's website as well too. So it's a compilation of what all the entities are doing: transportation companies, hotels, venues, as far as guidelines of masks, social distancing, etc. As far as the destination is concerned, and obviously meeting planners, clients do want to know, and they want to feel comfortable in knowing that the destination is obviously looking out for their best interest for safety and following the CDC guidelines as well, which is what we all can do. I don't see the slide yet there, Allie, so I'm not sure if it's taking a little longer or.
Do you guys, nobody sees it?
I see it. I see it.
Okay, I don't see it, but I'm glad everybody else can see it. Okay,
there.
all right.
I see
Well,
it.
thank you so much. I want to go ahead and thank you again. Thanks again to our speakers, to our sponsor, Miles Partnership, Miami Beach Convention Center, the James L. Knight Center, the DoubleTree at the MAC, Miami Airport Convention Center. I want to thank our leadership. I want to thank all of you for joining us today. I want to especially thank Mr. Bill Talbert, our president and CEO, for always supporting our efforts, especially throughout this whole uncertainty of time. He's been very supportive and has always been there for us. So I want to special thanks to him, and of course our team standing by. And with that, I think I see some questions here on the chat. I know there was a specific question for the MAC. I think, so Robert, this one's for you. Can you reconfirm if you said no attrition to cancellation through 2021? Are you there, Robert?
Yes.
So your answer is yes to that?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions on the chat? Anyone else? Okay, I think that's going to do it.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for the convention centers, for our staff? Okay, I think that'll do it then. I thank you very much for attending today's session, and have a great rest of the day, everybody.